Hello, my name is Kathy, and I'm speaking to you on behalf of the Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center, or ASBTDC. Today, we're going to talk about requirements for employers and ways that small business owners can protect themselves in the area of employee management. Some topics we will cover include employees versus independent contractors, payroll responsibilities, insurance considerations, and available resources. When you make the decision to hire employees, you must keep in mind that there are a lot of rules and regulations to follow. For example, did you know that employers in the U.S. with only one employee are subject to at least 52 federal employment laws? On top of federal regulations, there are also state and local laws. That's a lot. The risk of non-compliance are high. They can include damage to the business's reputation, fines and penalties, legal action, and even closure. Now, more than ever, it is essential to understand which laws pertain to you and your business. With so many governing agencies, including OSHA and the EEOC, Department of Labor, IRS, etc., it can feel like alphabet soup navigating the various governing agencies. In today's session, we will talk about the most common requirements and how to stay compliant. Employee versus independent contractor. Many employers make a common yet costly mistake of misclassifying employees, workers who receive a W-2, as independent contractors, workers who receive a 1099. This is done to save money, but can lead to large fines, penalties, and back pay in certain situations. Consider the fact that the Department of Labor recently recovered over $8 billion in fines and penalties in 1 year from small businesses due to misclassifying employees as independent contractors. As you can see, the cost can be devastating. Whether a worker is an employee or an independent contractor is not based on how you want to classify them. Instead, the correct classification is based on IRS and Department of Labor definitions. A worker might be an employee, not an independent contractor, if the following is true. The function of the job relates to the primary function of the business operations. The employer controls the work hours and supplies the tools to do the job, and the person does not exercise independent judgment based upon experience. It is better to be safe than sorry when you classify workers. Visit the IRS and the Department of Labor's websites and talk to an HR professional for more information. You can't afford to get this wrong. Payroll responsibilities. Employees expect to get paid, and as an employer, you have basic responsibilities that go along with payroll. These requirements include documentation, the minimum wage, withholding, frequency of pay, and record retention. So let's talk about each of these. Documentation. At the time of hire, employees must complete a W-4, state withholding form, and an I-9. The I-9 verifies eligibility to work in the U.S., and the W-4 allows you to make the proper deductions. Are you planning to pay by direct deposit? Then you must have a completed form signed by the employee acknowledging the correct banking information and giving permission to deposit into their specified account. Minimum wage. Although there are few exceptions, most employers must comply with the Fair Labor Standards Act, including minimum wage requirements. The Fair Labor Standards Act and the federal minimum wage are governed by the Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor. In addition to the federal minimum wage, most states, including Arkansas, have higher minimums. If you have employees in other states, you must comply with that state's minimum wage regardless of where your corporate office is located. Tax withholding. Employers are legally required to withhold specific dollar amounts from an employee's paycheck to distribute to certain tax agencies. These include federal income tax. The amount of federal income tax deducted depends on the employee's gross salary amount, marital status, and how many allowances they've claimed on their W-4 form. Social Security tax. Social Security contribution goes towards retired and disabled American citizens. You and your employee both contribute a portion of your employee's gross income towards this tax. Medicare. Medicare supports healthcare coverage for people who are eligible. Your employee must have a portion of their paycheck withheld, and you must also match the contribution. State income tax. The amount you withhold for state income tax varies among states. Local taxes. Different cities may require you to pay a certain amount of taxes for employees. It is important to research and determine which local tax laws pertain to you and your employees. Frequency of pay. In Arkansas, you must pay wages at least 2 times per month in most situations. Record retention. When we talk about records retention, some people want to get rid of documentation as soon as possible, and others want to keep documentation forever. Both of these practices could land you in hot water. For payroll records, according to the IRS, you are required to keep them on file for 4 years after the end of the 4th quarter of the filing year. There are other retention requirements, but the IRS has the longest retention requirements, so it is safest to follow the IRS guidelines. If all of this seems overwhelming, don't worry. Many companies can handle payroll and tax responsibilities for you. Speak with your accountant or human resources expert to explore these possibilities. The minimal cost of monthly fees could outweigh the potential risks and costs of non-compliance. Insurance considerations for employers. Insurance is just another cost of doing business, and when you have employees, you must pay attention to specific insurance requirements. Unemployment insurance. With few exceptions, employers must contribute to the state's unemployment insurance program. Rates for existing companies are based on turnover annual payroll. First-time employers are provided an initial rate to use. For more information, check out the Arkansas Division of Workforce Services website. Workers' compensation. Workers' compensation insurance protects the employee and the business in the event of a workplace or work-related injury. In Arkansas, companies with 3 or more employees are required to carry workers' compensation insurance. The rates vary, and it is important to work with your insurance agent to get the best premiums that cover your workplace environment. Keep in mind that even if you have fewer than 3 employees, you're still liable for the medical bills and missed wages due to a work-related injury. It is better to be safe than sorry and have a workers' comp policy in place, even if it's not a requirement. Other insurance. As an employer, you may want further insurance coverage. Talk with an agent about additional insurance to consider. Options include employment protection liability insurance, error and omission insurance, professional liability, and other industry-specific options. Available resources. Many resources are available at no cost to small business owners to assist in new employers. For example, all of the governing agencies such as the IRS, Arkansas Division of Workplace Services, Department of Labor, etc., have resources for small businesses on their websites. In many cases, you can also reach out directly to the agency via phone and speak with the experts in that area. If your budget allows, there are employment law experts and human resource consultants that can assist in creating the proper workflows and practices to protect you and your business. Although Google seems to be easy access to information, before applying any practice, please make sure that the information is relevant, timely, and coming from a trusted industry source. Today, we discussed a few important topics to help protect your business. The employment law landscape is ever-changing and can be daunting to navigate. However, you have a wealth of knowledge within your reach. Once you have established your hiring and employee management practices, you will become more proficient in one more area of your business ownership. Do you have more questions? The ASBTDC offers educational events and no-cost consulting assistance on a variety of business topics. So check out our website at asbtdc.org. We look forward to working with you as you start or grow your small business.